Huge bombshell here dropped by the official dbmovie20th.com website from Japan covering Dragon Ball Super, the 20th Dragon Ball theatrical movie BROLY. We have the plot and character details. Brand new information here that came out today, straight out of Japan. And we're going to be talking about what was revealed on the website with some very interesting new tidbits about characters and interesting hints of things to come. So, if you're wondering if this video has spoilers, not really. There's some character information here that might give us some backstory of events that happened before the movie, but I would not consider those spoilers necessarily. I would just say that there may be like little hints of things to come, which we're going to discuss here on this video. So let's go ahead and take a look here on the website. As you can see, there's already designs for all the characters, at least all the major characters that are going to be in the movie. We have, of course, Goku in all of his forms, except for Ultra Instinct, which, of course, I still believe is going to be in the movie, but it's being hidden. I don't think they're going to be revealing that in the designs. I think you have to go see the movie to kind of get that shock value of seeing the form again. And we have, of course, Vegeta, Frieza, and BROLY, the four main characters of this film, and then, of course, the supporting cast. This is probably going to be updated very, very soon. Now, we have plot details that have come out for the film. This has come out before, but now we have a more thorough version of what's come out. Let's go ahead and take a look at the plot details. This was translated, of course, by Jake, otherwise known as Herms. Yes, folks, his real name is not Todd. Let's talk about it real quick, and then we're going to get into the bios. Okay, so he writes, this is the story of a new Saiyan. Earth is peacefully following the Tournament of Power, realizing that the universes still hold many more strong people yet to see. Goku spends all his days training to reach even greater heights. So, every Dragon Ball movie pretty much is like this. Goku's always training, trying to get stronger. That's just what he does. Then one day, Goku and Vegeta are faced by a Saiyan called BROLY, who they've never seen before. Now, notice how they make it very clear right there who they've never seen before. It's like they're telling us again, listen, those old BROLY movies, yeah, never happened. This is a new continuity. Those movies are history. You know, no pun intended on that. The Saiyans were supposed to have been almost completely wiped out in the destruction of planet Vegeta, so what's this one doing on Earth? Now, I find it kind of interesting, too, that they didn't even mention Tarble, and Tarble was a Toriyama creation, so, but I guess he wasn't on Earth. So, the story here, at least he didn't end up on Earth initially, the story here is that somehow BROLY wound up on Earth. Now, it's not made clear as to if it was Paragus or Frieza that brought him, but it's almost implied like BROLY has been there the entire time. That's what it's implied, but I'm not sure. This encounter between three Saiyans who have followed completely different destinies turns into a stupendous battle, even Frieza back from hell getting caught up in the mix. So we've seen this information before. Now it's been nice and thoroughly explained. That's all we're going to get as of right now about the plot of this film. But I want to go into some of these character bios real quick because there's some very interesting tidbits about these characters. Very, very interesting that I wanted to talk about real quick. Now, we have Goku there, of course. We already know what he's doing. Then we have Vegeta. Now, some people were wondering, wait a minute, we didn't, was that Super Saiyan God Vegeta form that we saw in the pre-release art, was that like a mistake? No, folks, not a mistake. It's right there on the actual page. Vegeta will be using at some point in the film Super Saiyan God red hair. So we're going to see all his forms here that we've seen before. And again, presumably we're going to see the Blue Evolution form. I can't confirm that, but I think we will because, hey, why not? You know what I mean? It is his strongest form right now. Now, what's interesting about this is Herms translates this as saying, Vegeta, the proud Saiyan prince, you know that already. And then he says that he feels that the post-Tournament of Power revived Frieza is a threat. And then Frieza's bio also talks about how he's waiting to take revenge on Goku. So this whole idea of Frieza being a good guy, let's take a look at Frieza right here. We have Frieza, we have Golden Frieza, looking great. Frieza's not going to be a good guy, which I'm very happy about. Frieza is still plotting, talk about a stubborn person. He is still plotting against Goku. And Vegeta does not trust Frieza being alive. Of course, you can understand that because, hey, they have a lot of history together. But Frieza still has anger for Goku, even though Goku, it was kind of his idea to bring him back. And kind of in a way, even though Frieza earned it, it was Goku's call to bring him back in a way. It's still interesting that he still holds a grudge on Goku. He's patiently waiting to get revenge on Goku. Let's talk about BROLY. Alright, the main villain of the film. Here we have BROLY in just his chill form, which you see over here on the left. Then we have BROLY in combat. Then we have BROLY Super Saiyan. Now, the only information here is that it says one of the few Saiyan survivors, a mysterious Saiyan who Goku and Vegeta have never even seen before. So it reiterates that again. And it says his motive for coming back to Earth is ... That's what it says right here. So we don't even know. Again, they're hiding more things from us, folks. We don't even know what his motives are. But right here, this form where he's buffed out and, you know, what used to be called Legendary Super Saiyan back in the day. And like I said before, Legendary Super Saiyan is considered an official form based on the Daizenshu's. Again, maybe not within the series or the manga, but in the guidebooks it is. But the guidebooks cover everything. Movies, you know, manga, anime, filler, all that stuff. Anyways, here it's being labeled as Super Saiyan Full Power, which actually, there was a theater release, like press release, that called it that. But I didn't want to officially say anything until we have an official source. But this is the official source that, yes, Legendary Super Saiyan or Berserk, whatever you want to call it, whatever name you want to come up with, as of this website, it's being called Super Saiyan Full Power, you know, Super Saiyan Full Power, which could also just be BROLY at his full power, not necessarily just a form, but the movie will shed some more light on that as we go through. Now, some of the new characters that I find very interesting, I mean, not really new, but, well, let's talk about Piccolo first, then we're going to get into that. So, Piccolo. The information here is not too important. There's not any new information here for Piccolo, Whis, and Beerus. There's Piccolo there. Here's Beerus, and of course Whis. The only, I mean, we know this already, the only new information that I want to discuss, because Herms brought this up, and it's a very good point, is that for Whis' bio, it says that no matter what, because he's an angel, he has to remain neutral and not help out in the fight. So what this tells me, and now what I'm about to tell you is just my speculation, not spoilers or anything like that, is that at some point in the movie they're probably going to need his help, and he does not want to get involved. Now, he already got involved in Resurrection F. Did he fight Frieza? No, but he did reverse time. That was him getting involved. But it just seems to be reiterated here that no matter what kind of a pinch Goku and Vegeta and Frieza get in, he can't help out. He's not going to help out. Which tells me that they're kind of subtly telling us, like, hey, you know, even though BROLY might be stronger than anybody they've ever faced before, Whis can probably still beat him, which that's what I think they're telling us on here, but he can't get involved. And I presume the same thing goes with the Grand Priest and Zeno. There's no bios for them in this movie, but it just tells me that, you know, he just can't get involved. He's not going to get involved. So the idea of us seeing Whis fight in this movie is just not going to happen. Let's talk about some of the new characters now. Okay, this character has a name. She has a name. Her name is Berry Blue. Obviously a pun on blueberry. And it says here that she is Frieza's servant. She listens to Frieza and does what he says, but she also isn't afraid to talk back to Frieza. So that's kind of her character. She's a new character. We've never seen her before. A member of the Frieza Force. So, I mean, we knew that already because of the armor. Moving on. Now, this character we have seen before. There was talk that he might be the same character from Dragon Ball Minus. If you've read that manga, I covered that on my Gine video. This character's name is Keiko. He is a brilliant scientist. That's funny. Old school DBZ fans will know what I'm talking about. Who served since King Cold time. So this guy has been in the Frieza family since King Cold was even around. So this dude's been around forever, and in Dragon Ball Minus, obviously that's many, many, many years ago. So that makes sense. The Scouters, armor, spaceships, etc. are all his inventions. That's what it says here. Now, we have a problem with this, folks. This is actually a contradictory statement, and possibly another Toriyama retcon, ladies and gentlemen, because in the 2014 July Psycho Jump interview with Toriyama, Toriyama revealed that the Scouter technology was invented by the Sifurians, by the Tuffles, and the armor, I'm sorry, not the Scouter, the armor was invented by them, and essentially that's, well, no, it was the Scouter and the armor. It's both. I'm sorry. And the scientist that had invented it was named Gichamu. That's what he said in that interview in 2014. And now he's saying it was this guy. Again, that is a contradictory statement, but when Toriyama had that interview, it seems to be kind of secondary information, because if he either forgot, which makes sense because Toriyama forgets things a lot, or he's retconning it again. That's the way I'm seeing it, and I don't know how else to explain that. So there you go. Also, the thing about Goku's bio, I do also want to say that essentially it just says that now that Goku knows about all these people, like it says that now that Goku's aware of all these strong guys, that he's going to keep training to get stronger. Now, obviously, what they're referring to directly is, of course, Jiren. So the movie is, without purposely doing this, it's almost like they're teasing that Jiren and Goku will fight again someday, or that Goku will face off against other universe characters in the future. So, not saying that they're saying that for sure. Okay, don't think that that's a big deal, but it is interesting that they might be hinting at that. So, moving on. We ain't done yet, okay? We have a lot of bios to get through and a lot of information here. This is Shelley, member of Frieza's army. She stole a Galactic Patrol spaceship. Now that's awesome. Maybe Jocko will be in the movie in the cameo. And once this was discovered, she joined Frieza's army to escape her pursuers. She's only heard of Frieza from rumors. So she is not a member of the Frieza Force, ladies and gentlemen, like we had previously thought. She joined the army, but she was not originally a member of the army. She was just kind of... The way it says that she stole a Galactic Patrol spaceship, that's almost like she's like a smuggler kind of Star Wars Han Solo character. And we did hear that this movie was going to be a space opera, right? We've heard that before. So I could totally see this character getting some kind of shine as far as, you know, her actually doing that. That's a cool idea. So we also know based on other information that she definitely is somehow involved in helping BROLY. We don't know what, we don't know how, but the fact that it's now been revealed that she is not 100% with Frieza's force, she didn't start with them, and thus that makes me think she's not 100% loyal to them. That could mean that she has her own agenda. You know what I mean? Moving on, we got two more characters to cover. Here we have Limo. Limo, old veteran of the rear guard. Pause. He has served since Frieza's father, King Cold, led the army. So again, he's been around since the King Cold days. Since he's not a combatant, he's only ever glimpsed Frieza at their space station and has never met him face to face. So, kind of a cool story here. Again, a dude who loyal to the Frieza family, loyal to the Empire, you know, but we've never seen him before. So that pretty much tells us that the characters in Resurrection F, Tagoma and Sorbet, were not the last two members of Frieza's army at all. I mean, we knew that based on the end of Dragon Ball Super. There were other remnants of Frieza's army deep in space, presumably speaking. We don't know where, but they were there, and this guy's one of them. So unless the movie tells us otherwise, Frieza's army is very vast, which we already knew, and it's also one that is still around. So Sorbet and Tagoma and the guys that Frieza brought to Earth in Resurrection F were not the last guys. Paragus, one of the few Saiyan survivors, Broly's father, confirmed that it is Broly's father. We knew that already, but there was some fake rumors going around about him not being his father. He comes with Broly to Earth. Their objective is ... Once again, this is hiding the objective. There's something secret about the device on his belt, which is this device right here. Of course, the speculation is that he could be using that to mind control Broly, sort of like what they did with the original, you know, Dragon Ball movie 8, the original Broly movie, how he's controlling Broly's anger and whatnot. That could be what they're doing here. Sounds like it would make sense, but I don't want them to retread that. But who knows? I mean, we'll see how it goes. I'm not going to criticize the movie before it comes out because it's too soon to talk about, but he definitely has a role in the film, and I'm sure it's safe to say he's a goner. Like, I think Broly has a chance of surviving this film and coming back for a sequel or for a Dragon Ball Super TV arc. Paragus, I think, is history, just based on, like, you know, he has no place beyond this story. He really doesn't. So that is it. Those are all the character bios and story. That is all we know as of right now. That's all we know about the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie. So, again, I had a feeling the plot was going to be pretty simple. Didn't think it was going to be too complex, but we are getting some new reveals about some backstories and things like that. So I am hoping that they at least cover that. I'm very excited because remember, like I broke the story a couple days ago, Toriyama originally wrote an almost 3-hour script, and it was cut down to a little over 90 minutes, about 100 minutes or so. We don't know the exact runtime yet, so that tells me there's a lot of story in this movie. And the story is going to be important just as the visuals are, but we know for a fact the visuals will be good. Anyways, that is it for today's video. Hope y'all have a good day. More stuff coming this weekend, and we'll see. I mean, we should be getting something this weekend, if not that next week, but stay tuned. Subscribe if you haven't. Hit notification bell. You know the drill that we do here. Simple videos, but I'm straight to the point, man. I just talk to y'all like y'all are my friends, because many of you are. Well, most of you are. I want to say all, but most of you are. The majority. Anyways, love you guys for real. Remember to take care of yourself and each other, and do something nice for someone today that you don't know. You will feel better about it afterward. I'll talk to you soon.